Hi, I'm Jami Lynn, and welcome to my home, my sacred sanctuary. Welcome to get a little piece of my heart, which I'm happy to share. And I just want you to know that everything I'm going to share with you today, in reference to the full moon and the new moon energies, is exactly what I do for myself every month. And let's talk about the obvious first, if you're asking. Yes, I do have pink hair, and what's that about? Well, I want you to know that if I have courage to talk to you with my pink hair, I want you to know that over the past 30 years of doing Feng Shui, I've also had the courage to test the energies and the principles on myself before I ever shared them with you or anybody else. And why is that important? It's important because Feng Shui is shifting energy, the energy of the universe in your environment. And it can help you for sure, and that's certainly our intentions, but it also can hurt you. So I want you to know that I have the courage to do that before I even share things with you. And secondly, about the pink hair, you know, one of the things I have a tendency to do at 56 years young, I still take myself way too seriously. So it gives me an opportunity not to do that, knowing that if I have fun, you'll have fun too as we journey together through this wonderful world of Feng Shui and the new and the full moons that I hope to share with you every month. Now, here's the deal. You know, I'm making these videos for you, and it's really important for me to know that if you like them, if you're sharing them with others, I'd love to hear your success stories, because that's what's going to be inspiration for me to continue doing them, okay? So please let me know. My new and full Feng Shui videos have intention, and those my new and full moon videos have specific intention, and those intentions are for you to start recognizing that there are Feng Shui energies in your home that are changing every month. And remember, everything that I'm going to share with you, I do for myself every month to maximize the potential of this month. And this month, and ongoing months, so every month flows into a really great year. And this Feng Shui, real Feng Shui, is known as the flying stars. And it's based upon the seasons and the ever-changing energies that you can actually see according to each new and full moon. You can actually experience those cycles. And what happens is, my intention is for you to start realizing that there is an energy or Bagua map that is specific to you and your home. Feng Shui is not a one-size-fits-all. And when you start recognizing that Feng Shui works the same way as the natural laws, such as gravity, which keeps the earth positioned perfectly in the heavens and what allows the sun consistently to rise in the east and set in the west. When you start using the Feng Shui that I'm sharing with you, you can actually start recognizing the pinpoint accuracy of certain events that are going to take place based upon these house astrology trends, these energetic trends. And when good trends are coming, you have the ability at the new moon to enhance them. And when trends aren't so good, and where there's yin, there's yang, you will start to learn how to reduce them. So that's our intention. And the biggest question is, or the biggest secret is, when at the new moon you plant the seeds, you do the Feng Shui recommendations, pretty much you'll start seeing and recognizing manifestation, not directly at the full moon right then and there, the 14 days after, but you'll see it about 45 days. The problem is we often forget to pay attention to the work we did, so we stop recognizing the importance. So, just like everything else of value, when you track the energies and you pay attention, you can really see the direct line of doing the work and its manifestation consistently. The same way you know that spring will follow winter. The same cycles are true in nature and are consistent. That will be true for your feng shui. So what do I want for myself this month and for the next 45 days? I'm going to share that with you. And guess what? I'm going to invite you to come along with me so you can figure out what you want during the next 45 days too. And what's so phenomenal, which is even bigger than the new and full moon cycles right now, is we have an event that is very close to my heart of galactic proportion. Galactic proportion that we can take advantage of right now. And the energy that's happening right now, that if we're working the energy and we're having the winds at our sails, as compared to bobbing along aimlessly, floating in the water, not really knowing where we're going, or having that energy propel us into places that we don't want to go, we can use this energy to really create the best potential of who we are in and during this profound event in humankind's history. And I don't know about you, but I'm really excited about it. And like I said, I invite you to take that journey with me. So I hope you're understanding that if you want good feng shui now, and you want all the successes in the world right now, that you need to take advantage, I need to take advantage of the energies that are happening right now in our home. Not sometime in the arbitrary future or even what happened in the past. And right now, the energies that are happening on a galactic level are bigger than your and I's small little monumental experience of even moving into a house. Even probably one person's transition between death and rebirth and our cycles between lifetimes. What is happening now is, according to so many synergistic events, and I'm going to share those with you in a minute, along with practical applications that you can do in your home right now to have that wind at your back, is stepping into a humankind's, how do I say this, transformational energy as big as evolutionary consciousness. Today's new moon, 12-12-12, is the gigantic kickoff of what 100 million people and I, small little I, believe is the beginning of a movement called Birth 2012. This movement, this huge shift in planetary consciousness, was envisioned by Barbara Marx Hubbard, who has been a pioneer in conscious evolution since way before she ever made a presentation in 1984, I think it was, at the Democratic Convention for Vice President of the United States. And it was so interesting because one of the people who set her up for with the mic to speak in front of the convention said, you know, the only person that's probably going to listen to you is the universe. And what I think is so amazing, Barbara, I got goosebumps, is that the universe was definitely listening. It's just that it was waiting, oh, I'm getting emotional here, for this amazing time. What is the brilliant numerology of 12-12-12, as well as the synchronicity of all the other major life-changing planetary events that are happening now, which I'll share with you in a minute. The numerology of 12-12-12 adds up to 9. And when you look at the math of that, 9 is the highest digit that there is. You can't go any higher than that. What I find so exciting about this numerological reference is we have not seen any numerology with dates for, we as a human being, human society, has not seen these amazing glimpses into what is becoming until the turn of the century. For 1,000 years, we have never seen a date like 1/1/2001, 2/2/2002, 3/3/3/2003. You're getting the point? That started building this wonderful energetic momentum that has a major, that gives us the potential for a major feng shui house cleaning, figuratively, mentally, spiritually, personally, and globally, with this fantastic momentum that really is starting to culminate as we grew into 10/10/2010, 11/11/2011, and now adding up to 9, 12/12/2012. Wow. Pretty amazing. No feng shui time is better than now. And like I asked you before, what do you want to change? How do you want to catch this ride? How do you want to take these baby steps in your own personal life? Not only that's going to catapult you forward for the rest of your life, and for the evolution of mankind. You know, I wonder, is this movement that I'm speaking of, is this event that kicks off on the day after 12/21/2012, also adding up to 9, on December 23rd, such a outrageous concept that we are stepping into a new phase of human evolution? I think not. And why is that? When you think about the history of life itself, first there were amoebas, then there were creepy crawlies, and those creepy crawlies crawled into the land, and they went up to the skies, and then they became four-leggeds, and then they became monks, and then monkeys, funky monkeys, and then they became apes, and then we evolved into Homo sapiens, and we became conscious beings. Now, what I find so exciting, and I ask you if you think it's exciting too, when you were a monkey, when you were an ape, do you remember having conscious thought, thinking about the next step of evolution that we were going to cross into? Probably not. I mean, monkeys are smart, apes are smart, but I don't know if they have the conscious spiritual intelligence with our connection to our higher power like we do now, and the connection to our collective consciousness. Don't think so. So here's the point of this movement. If we start looking and feeling about consciously evolving our planet and our species into where we are going with purposeful intention as compared to just allowing evolution to unfold, then we are truly moving into a place far greater, with so much more conscious potential than we did as part of the evolution that has already passed. I can't help be reminded of the movie Cocoon. And at the time, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago when it first came out, I didn't know why it influenced me so profoundly. But there was a moment in the movie, I remember it so clearly, where Brian Dennehy looks right in the camera and he smiles, as if he was talking to me. as if he was talking to you, and his eye twinkles. And it was almost as if we had a glimpse into where mankind and evolution was going, into evolving into beings of light. And it's interesting. You know, I invite you to go look at the trailer on YouTube so you can feel that image, because it's right there. And you can see why I get so excited about how we are stepping into a new phase of evolution with our conscious intention, and how we can feng shui our homes, feng shui our minds, ask the rest of the planet to do the same, or at least become a beacon of light that we're holding as we radiate our chi and radiate our energy with this beautiful intention, as not only it supports us on our personal endeavors for all the successes of our birthrights, wonderful relationships, good health, success in what we do every day, and loving the service that we put out into the world. Yeah, it's personal and it's global. And I just think it's remarkable starting on this wonderful, blessed new moon. Before I start sharing the practical feng shui applications with you that you can do right here, right now to propel yourself forward, I just want you to know that even though I've been practicing feng shui for 30 years, my first book came out in 1995, I got wonderful praises from Deepak Chopra and sorts, which I'm still very proud of today, that I didn't really start changing until the turn of the century with the brilliant numerology of the 1-1 and the 2-2 and the 3-3 and the 4-4 and so on. And by the way, I'm giving you a huge feng shui tip here relative to the ever-changing feng shui cycles that happen every month that can give you that pinpoint accuracy to know when good events are happening, to enhance them, and when not so good events are happening, where you can reduce them and really work to the monthly energies to your advantage, work the feng shui flying stars to your advantage. It's all based upon numerology. And as we continue this series, again, let me know if you're interested, that we can talk about some of that numerology so that follow the natural rhythms of heaven and earth, so you can actually predict when those energies are happening. Oops, I got sidetracked. I'm a Gemini. I can't help myself. Going back to my mind, body, spiritual changes with the numerology that we've experienced in the past 10 years, I know that I've awakened my own mind, body, spiritual relationships between heaven and earth, between my fellow human beings, between my kindred spirits, between you and me, where I can feel like I can share with you on a deeper, more profound level. And I just wanted you to know that I am grateful for the learning that has been accelerated by this moment in time. And I believe, like I suggested before, with the 100,000 other people who are believing and understanding this Birth 2012 movement, that we are in an accelerated time. So as we take action now for what we choose to become, for our own personal benefit, and hopefully that is part of the collective, you know, it's like the drop in the water. We are part of, there wouldn't be the ocean if there weren't all of us being magnificent drops in the ocean. So I just want to share the gratitude that I have with you for being in my world and really helping me to learn and grow during this transformational time. And just as further confirmation for this profound moment in time, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about this already, you know, the end is near, you know, the Mayan calendar and so on. Well, it's so funny, there's a Facebook image, it's a little graphic that's circulating where it's suggesting that, oh, why did the Mayan calendar end? Well, it was merely because that there was no more room on the tablet. Isn't that funny? And when you think about technology, just think about all the wonder that's going to continue to be written. There's also a galactic experience. I want to read this to you because it's written probably so much better than I can share it with you. Our solar system is moving into alignment with the galactic center on 12-12-12, and the ancient Mayans created to track the 26,000-year galactic cycle and the purification naturally occurring as the result of the surge in brilliant photonic light from the great central sun. What is the great central sun? Is that human consciousness? I wonder. Recent research in quantum physics validates the Mayans' claim that the galactic photon light is coded with intelligence and causes DNA mutation. Is that amazing? Not only does DNA absorb photon light, it emits light as well as to form our physical reality by morphing the matrix of matter through intense purification. Well, that just blows my mind. And just as a by the way, when we're talking about the Mayan calendar, I have a radio show on healthylife.net that I invite you to listen to. It's just a monthly show, but it's profound because I select people who to interview that are really going to make a profound difference in the world. And I have a lot of the luminaries from the 2012 movement on my archives right now and that are joining us in the few months to come. And Barbara, if you're listening, would you please come and join us as well? I would love to have you because I want to know what's next, even though I have my own intuitive thoughts. And over the course of my evolution, I'm sure I'm going to be sharing them with you as well. And coming January, I have a Mayan calendar expert. She is a student of Jose Arguelles, who has passed the Rainbow Bridge, but she's been working with his work for over 30 years. And Jose is the greatest historical researcher and intuit of the Mayan factor. So I really welcome you to join us on that one. One more synchronistic event as far as this movement goes, and then for sure the practical applications is, there is the Gemini, hang on, let me pronounce this right for you. The Geminids meteor shower that's happening 12/13, 12/14. And what is so amazing about this yearly event is that it's happening right now at the new moon. So we will be able, in the darkness of the new moon, we will be able to see the light of all these meteors better than we ever had before during this cycle of time. And it's like cleansing us. It's like sharing this new birth with us as the heavens come sparkle down on our planet. I just love the metaphors of what science is sharing with us now, as according to this wonderful moment in history that has never, that we have never really experienced before. So understanding that this is the most valuable time in human history, that you have the capacity to take your evolution wherever you want to go, I'm going to ask you again. Same question I'm asking myself. What do you want? I know what I want. I want to be the purest channel that I can be to receive whatever this looks like. I don't know where evolutionary is taking us. All I know is that if I'm being the purest channel and I am opening up my heart, and I am doing everything that I possibly can, not only to propel myself with better mind body, with a better mind body spiritual future, in order to be of service to others as well as to be happy, then I don't see anything better than that. And what Feng Shui is suggesting to me right now, even before looking at the monthly energies that are happening right now on this new moon, I suggest we go back to basics. And we do a major Feng Shui decluttering like we've never done before. This energy clearing that I'm suggesting that you do is way bigger than spring cleaning. It's probably even bigger than the major purge that you do before moving into a new home or apartment. It's taking a look at everything, getting the crud out of every drawer and every corner, and wiping down the doors, and getting rid of everything that no longer serves you in order for you to be that empty vessel. And I recommend that you start in your bedroom. You know, your nightstand? You know, your nightstand always accumulates all this stuff, all these books in the drawers. What is all that stuff that accumulates there? Get rid of it. And in order to start this process, what I recommend, it's so easy, is you get 3 garbage cans or boxes, you know, whichever one you like better. One you label garbage, one you label recycle, and one you label women in distress, or the charity of your, you know, the charity that you like the best. And you start working with my favorite chi clearing, decluttering words, and that is no mercy. If you don't find it beautiful, functionally, or beneficially symbolic, get rid of it. If you haven't used it in the past 6 months, more than likely you're not going to use it again. And if you did, by the time you needed it, it would be full of crud again, and you'd probably take a look at it and you'd probably want to throw it out, right? The next place that you start, and we're talking here about starting with the places closest to you. The second thing that I would do, I would work on your shower and your bathroom, because that way, when that's sparkling clean and all the grout is the same color as it originally was, and you get all the gook and the grime out, you can use that as a tool. For every time that you take a shower, you can actually, in this beautiful, clean, sparkly new place that smells so good, you can actually visualize your old skin shedding, welcoming whatever the new adventure into our new beginnings looks like. You know, so you're spreading out in your home with what's closest to you and moving step by step at a time. Now, I don't want this to freak you out. I know that this process for me, I've already started, is probably going to take me a month. But you know, if you make the commitment to do just a teeny bit a day, 1 drawer a day, you're creating this momentum that is a process. It's progress. It's moving into a greater state of awareness that having your clean, nurturing, beautiful sanctuary that's supporting you is going to take you with you. And as you know, your home is your temple next to your body. So the nature of it supporting you is so vital. And when you come home, you'll be able to say to yourself, oh my goodness, this feels so good. What wonder, what opportunity is there for me to experience? So I ask you again, do you want to sparkle? Do you want to shine? Do you want to be a beacon and a reflection for your children and all the people around you that you work with and you play with and you dance with? Do you want to become that empty vessel to receive what wonder lies ahead? Do you want to sparkle like that beautiful image that I can't get out of my head in the movie Cocoon? I do. But you know what? I dare you. A lot of people that's watching this video are going to say, I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I'm too. Okay, it's all right. But you can have it. Want some motivation? Other than the twinkle thing, which is pretty much good enough for me. You can always get started by turning on your favorite rock and roll music to soothe your soul. But in between, as you're listening to motivational music that gets your motor running, that you can dance to as you do your scrubby thing, you can also listen to inspirational audio tapes. That's what I do. I listen from some of my masters and my teachers in order to also have quiet time as I scrub away, in order to use that really good quiet time for reflection and introspection. Where have I come? Where am I going? What was the last thing I heard on the tape from Guruji that I was just listening to? And what does that mean? And how does that influence my life? Scrub, scrub, scrub. Throw away the garbage. This one's for women in distress. And so on. Start spreading out one drawer at a time and use the opportunity, multitasking, to see where your mind and where your spirit is going to journey with you. Next up for me is my office. Organize one drawer at a time. How can I, with the intention, of course, not only to becoming the open vessel, to receive the exchange for the information and for the offerings that I share with the world, but love every moment that I'm doing it so I can give my entire spirit to it. The kitchen is up after that. You are what you eat. You know, what a hassle it is when you're looking for something and all the pots and pans that you never use fall out on the floor. Man, give them to people that can use it. So everything is in its place, everything is tidy, and you know that every time you want to begin a new meal in the kitchen, you want to start a new project in your office, you want to have sweet dreams, you are starting with a blank canvas. The more open you are, the more receptive you are, the more you can receive. Back to basics feng shui. And no time is better than now than to do it. Before I forget, I wanted to give you another feng shui tip in reference to this major energy clearing, this major cleaning your beautiful canvas to welcome and receive the gifts of humanity, if you will. And that is as it is with sometimes when you're doing real feng shui, it gets worse before it gets better. And for sure, if you are cleaning a drawer out, as you know, you need to dump everything out so you can wipe it out before you can put things back where they need to go, or get rid of them, or put them back where they did belong. So yeah, when all your stuff is all over your counter, yeah, it looks worse before it gets better. But again, as I mentioned before, use the time for listening to a good old rock and roll, listening to spiritual teachers that inspire you, or spend time in introspection, in quiet time. You can multitask. It's easy, and it's certainly worth the effort to do that. So here's my question again. Are you up to your challenge. It's not about me. I'm doing the work. I'm going to make my home, my nurturing sanctuary, sparkling clean. So when we get to January and I get to share the next new moon video with you, we can actually do a mental chi clearing or a space clearing. And when you start with the blank canvas without all the dirt and all the junk that we accumulate, God, I sound like George Carlin, don't I? Brilliant linguist, by the way. Love him. The chi clearing will make that much more of a difference. When we start with using the monthly energies, they will be that much more effective when you start with a clean slate. But you know what? If you want to get started with playing with the monthly energies and seeing what they feel like, please do. I welcome you, because on my site I give them to you with my compliments. So take a look at them, because that's where we're going. We are going into the numerology of real feng shui, and that numerology is based upon the mathematics of the natural cycles, the gravitational forces between heaven and earth, exactly the energies that we're talking about that holds planet Earth within our solar system, that is passing through the center of this galactic photon belt. It's all the same. Energy is energy. Like I mentioned before, do tell me if you're enjoying these videos. This is the first one. I need your feedback to see if I'm going to continue to do them. I would love to continue sharing my heart and home with you, sharing what works for me consistently. I would just love that. Anyway, I'm blessed. I'm honored to take these baby steps with you into our evolutionary future. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching. Please stick around for a few more minutes. I got some web addresses and some sweet video testimonials to share with you.
My name is Elissa Wilds. I have known Jami Lynn. She's been my friend and mentor now for almost 20 years. When I met Jami, I had just started on a path to learning Feng Shui, and I feel very blessed that Jami was the person that I connected with, because Jami was doing things with Feng Shui, integrative Feng Shui then, that nobody was doing and that people still aren't doing. I feel like I've learned so much that has impacted my life in so many ways from Jami, thanks to Jami, including house astrology, using the Feng Shui techniques in my home, in my office. Major changes have come about in my life because of it. When I met her, I didn't have a college degree. I have a master's degree. I was a budding writer. Hadn't even finished a book yet. I've finished several books and I'm a published author now. I've met my soulmate since then. I have a beautiful son. I think I'm a walking poster board for what working with Jami Lynn's house astrology, what learning from her can do for someone in their life. She's just so smart, so lovely, and just if you get the chance to work with her, by all means do it. absolutely do it. I could not recommend her more highly.
Hi, I'm Natalie, publisher of Transformation Magazine. I have worked with Jami and I have seen her present on a bunch of different topics, and she is just dynamite. She is fun to watch, she's engaging, she just has so much wisdom and very unique and engaging ways of experiencing it, and everything that she teaches and stuff I can apply to my life, and she's just vibrant and I love her energy, and I look forward to continuing to work with her and seeing what she does next, because she's always up to something new.
Hi, I'm Molly. I'm a new friend of Jamie's. I wanted to thank Jamie so much. For a few nights ago, I couldn't sleep, and I woke up and I was checking my email, and there she was, telling me, Molly, breathe in indigo into your third eye. She was talking right to me, the way I felt. I just came down to thank her because now I'm sleeping so much better. It's a very easy technique. It's very powerful. So here I am. Jami, thank you. And I'm looking forward to more colors, more energy. Thanks.